On this episode of The Pitch, our finalists head to the city of Kolkata, where they meet CEO and Chairman ITC Limited, Mr. YC Deveshwar. Today promises to be a fight to the finish, with a youthful Abhinav fighting a more experienced Shreyas. The fight for 5 crores ends today.
We met Mr. Deveshwar. He gave us an inspirational speech about how his journey started and how he went through different things and how he's progressed along with how ITC has grown over the years.
So now that you've mentioned eChopal a little while ago, would you like to give them their task?
Yeah, I don't know how familiar you are with eChopal. Are you?
Yeah, yes.
You're familiar. The question to you is, what else can we do with the eChopal model to further empower the farmers? And what can we do with the eChopal model to create further value for society? So it's a two-part task. The other issue is that I talked at length about ITC's commitment to the triple bottom line. And I said to you that the purpose of business is to serve society. So the question to you is that in your own business model, how would you create value for society in terms of formation of ecological capital and social capital, together with the return on the risk capital in financial terms that you would obviously want to get to make it economically sustainable. So that is another question to you, is to how would you create a triple bottom line outcome through the use of your own business model.
Then he gave us our task, which basically involves 3 separate questions. Two dealing with ITC and eChopal. One in terms of how to empower the farmers more, and the second one in terms of what next to do with this eChopal.
Apart from this, he also talked about the triple bottom line. So we need to start ideating on how our own businesses will adopt this 3-pronged bottom line strategy and convince him that our businesses are not just financial models, but they're also doing something for the society and the environment at large.
So you have 3 hours. You'll come back here in 3 hours, and you'll have 15 minutes each to make your presentation to Mr. Deveshwar and myself. And then, my friends, the moment of truth. Good luck to you both. Thank you once again.
Time that was given to us for this was about 3 hours. It's very short time to do all these things and fit in everything. And we have to give a 15-minute presentation, which is the longest one till now, in the least amount of time that we have. So it's a challenge.
The contestants were given advice and information on ITC's eChopal by Mr. Nazeeb Arif, Head of Corporate Communications, and Mr. Siva Kumar, Chief Executive of the Agro-Business Division of ITC and the Architect of eChopal.
How do you integrate it to become a tangible part of a company's growth and DNA?
First, the rules of the game have changed, as we told you. I mean, it is no longer an issue that you need to. And also there are new threats to business. Now, what are these new threats? We've got a huge amount of growth in the last century, but there's been tremendous inequity in terms of incomes.
And it was Shreyas who had all the questions, while Abhinav chose to quietly listen and work.
Just one question at this stage. So when you talked about access, can we safely say now that in India, eChopal will be on top, or do you think there is any other way that we can really reach out?
Yeah, man, at this point of time, there are some 160 organizations which are riding on this network to reach. It includes agri-input companies, consumer good companies.
We just had a session where Mr. Siva Kumar, who set up the whole eChopal system, explained the whole growth and development of the eChopal initiative. They've done an incredible amount of things with eChopal. So at this stage, I'm just trying to brainstorm on what more is possible with eChopal.
The time is very short, and we just had a presentation about what eChopal is and what all it's already done. So there's very little that is actually left. In fact, I can hardly think of anything that is not already being done. So I'm just trying to come up with some things that they can further do through the eChopal network.
Nothing, no specific strategy as such. I think I'm just going to try to construct my presentation as logically as possible. I'm going to focus on a certain amount of clarity in terms of how I've arrived at whatever solutions I've recommended, and the key will lie in how well he accepts the ideas. Asked us to figure out what's next for each of our, both for the farmers and for the society at large.
The majority focus currently will be on this e-Chopal because there are 2 questions which are based on this. The thing about my own business is more or less sorted out. I have to just put the information down on a couple of slides. It's looking okay. I mean, it all depends on what I can come up with in the next 1 hour or so that I have for this e-Chopal thing. Otherwise, let's see.
It's looking extremely difficult right now. I'm running a blank at this current juncture. Hopefully things will improve in the next 30 minutes.
The tactic is to spend about an even amount of time on each topic as has been given, so 5 minutes for each question. Go through everything that I've planned to put in the presentation, be crisp and clear about whatever I have to say and put my ideas across well. And after that, leave it to the judges to decide.
The contestants work against the clock as time starts to run out. Does Abhinav have the experience to make the pitch? Will Shreyas be able to think out of the box? Or will his rigid ideas hold him back?
How many people, how many kids will you have who will have iPads and who will have telephones from where they can watch this? You visualize a product at a lower end for rural markets.